My name's host Eric. Welcome to the first and only Thursday of International Johnny Week. Thursdays don't happen that often. It's once a week. But this Thursday is special because this is the Thursday of International Johnny Week, which means tomorrow we go to Johnny. So we go to San Luis Obispo and see Johnny play a show. So probably none of us are sleeping especially well right now. I'm sure including Johnny, who's really nervous about the show because we're going to be there. And wants to do his very best show accordingly. As usual, I wake up at 5 in the morning for some reason. I'll go back to bed after I stream, probably. Rachel and I are on weirdly, off schedule sleep schedules. I get up super early in the morning, and she doesn't get up till noon. I go to bed at noon. We're both up for the evening, and I go to bed back again at 11, 10 or 11. What would probably resolve this matter is if I could actually get my drugs. I sleep more regularly when I'm on speed. Like the first night, probably I don't sleep at all, but thereafter I sleep more regularly. So anyway, it's not like I have a whole lot to say this morning. I just woke up and started live streaming like I normally do, As usual, I got up every 2 hours to pee, which is really annoying. I even greatly reduced my sugar intake on the notion that maybe that has something to do with me peeing so often. It doesn't have anything to do with it. Meow. So, it's not completely inconceivable that I could get my Vyvanse today and have it in time for the show tomorrow. But seems like a long shot. At this point, I'm just not expecting to get any drugs before October, I do have mushrooms, but I probably won't take them. Which means we're probably going to be watching this show stone cold sober. I'm sure we'll smoke a joint before going or whatever, but might as well be stone cold sober. I cannot remember the last time I saw a show sober. I can barely remember the last time I saw a show at all. Go on. Although I do remember it actually. I think the last time I saw show was me and Rachel going to see Dave Porter play. Well, the last time I saw a real show with like a famous band or whatever was when I went to see In the Valley Below and Mikey Mike at the Morocco Room, or whatever it's called, in LA. That was a good show. It was quite a show. I was very impressed with the mixing of the audio of that show. They did a fantastic job. It was loud and never too loud. It was bassy and not too bassy. It was this perfect mix. It was amazing, the job they did at the Morocco Room. Now, there are a bunch of clubs and venues around the country that work in conjunction with record companies and stuff. Morocco Room being one of them. So, if you ever see a band at the Morocco Room, you're seeing an industry band, probably. And it sounds really good accordingly because they've got all their resources and stuff behind that. This Johnny tour, the same thing. It's being put together by Interscope, you know? So I anticipate the audio of this show will be absolutely fantastic. You know, I'm a bit of an audiophile, so I don't want the mix inside the show to be too loud. When I was younger and I went to loud shows, I always put stuff in my ears. That's why I haven't lost any hearing, really. Yeah, I want it to sound crisp, exactly. I want it to sound crispy and like full, but not hurt my ears at all. At that show in the Morocco Room, I didn't have to put anything in my ears. It was crazy. Anyway, I gotta go get my cigarette. No mics right now. It just sounds crisp because this camera's microphone is a lot better than my old camera's microphone. You know. When I had my old Samsung, that's when I really needed the lavalier mics because you couldn't hear shit. You know, it's like when I tried to listen to live stream in the car and there's road noise, just forget about it. It would only go up so loud and I couldn't understand anything that was being said usually if we were on the highway. We do have lavalier mics now that I bought again, but those mics don't work with this phone apparently. Even though it said Galaxy on the thing. But I think what we're going to try to do is plug it into Rachel's phone, see if it works with Rachel's phone. I will try to get some good clips and stuff. I'm not going to spend my whole time filming, but I will get some cool shorts and stuff like that. I plan to really enjoy the show as much as I can. I'm not a big show goer either, you know. Stream it. That might cause me some copyright problems. I can't stream it all from Madonna Inn, I know that. Their internet is terrible. Remote hotels, terrible internet would be a deal breaker for me. I'd be like, okay, it doesn't matter how nice your hotel is, you have no Wi-Fi, so fuck off. Madonna Inn's an exception. Madonna Inn is so much fun to be at. You just don't even want to be on your device at all. Anyway, I'm looking forward to meeting both Courier and Ives, since we're in the Courier and Ives room. I mean, I'll definitely put up a bunch of shorts. And who knows? Maybe if I'm really lucky, I can get Johnny himself to wave to my camera and say hi or something. That'd be pretty cool. But Johnny's not the only good musician in that band either. Their bassist and their drummer, his bassist and drummer are fantastic. They're really good. He's clearly choreographing the whole thing, like he's the visionary, but um, I'm really impressed by the drums in his songs and the bass too, really. No, it doesn't have a similar vibe to Jamiroquai at all. You have to listen to his whole catalog. He's incredibly rich and diverse with different kinds of songs, different ideas, different vibes, etc. He's incomparable. You can't find anybody to compare him to, except Eminem, which is a totally different genre. He is singularly brilliant talent. Thanks, Rachel. Rachel, you have not been sleeping at all. You are not sleeping. You were up all night, I bet, weren't you? That's fine. You'll sleep in the day. I think we both sleep better during the day, you know? I know I do. I have my best sleeps in my naps. I slept all right last night. You heard just the one skim through. Check it out at some length. Rachel and I, when we first heard his new album, we we just kind of looked at each other in stunned silence and put it on again. It was, what the fuck? Because I initially came across him with Honey Pie, which I liked a lot. Then Trigger of Love, which I liked a lot. But I still figured, like Boba Fett kind of does now, that he could be reduced, you know? That he could be reduced to meow. Um, I believed that for a long time. His new album came out, and it took me a long time to actually get around to listening to it, probably. I probably wasn't made aware of its release for a while. It had been out for almost a year before or months anyway, I'm not sure exactly when it was released, before I found it and realized, okay, I have underestimated this guy dramatically. He is an absolute genius. Oh, Kitty. Kitty Man's considering coming in. He's looking through the cat door. He's looking around outside. Making sure it's safe to jump through the cat door, I guess. He squeezes through. You chubby kitty. That door's big enough for a small dog. Oh, yes, Mr. Man. What a handsome boy. Yes, you are a handsome boy. We live in a land of lizards and scorpions. Hi, fellow human. Is he a singer-songwriter or does he play too? He plays guitar. It's a three-piece band, guitar, bass, drums. But I'm sure they'll have probably a fourth person off to the side to cue samples and stuff. Probably. I would guess. Unless the drummer's been assigned that task, which is possible. You just have to have a drum trigger for the samples. Probably switch it between songs. Because there's a lot of like crucial elements in the songs that probably can't be performed adequately by just a three-piece unless you got some samples cued. I would guess. Woke up today feeling tombstone gray. I didn't wake up today feeling tombstone gray, but I did wake up today feeling kind of beige, maybe. I am a cutie, fellow human. I am cute as a button. People have told me that my whole life. Even now, people come up to me in the store and they pinch my cheek and they say, "Oh, you little cutie." First, Rachel was like, "Hey, stop it." I'm like, this just happens all the time, Rachel. Just deal with it. I don't know. I just say thank you and move on. My cheek a little sore. So, we've got a Thursday to kill. We got to print out some tickets today because I want to make sure we have them printed out, not just on our phone. And in theory, it's possible I could get a text from the grocery store saying, "Come pick up your drugs." But in theory, anything's possible, so I'm not going to put much weight on that one. I don't think that's going to happen today. I just have a feeling. I'll probably pull a tarot card and find out. Yesterday's tarot card for whether I was going to get Adderall today was wrong. I mean, Vyvanse. Well, you shouldn't put too much trust in the tarot. Although I must say I was crazy impressed with the tarot for calling out that troll the other day. You got Hierophant between the Tower card and the Deceit and Lies card. Like, oh, you appear conventional, but you're actually surrounded by disaster and lies. Because I could tell before they even went there that it was a troll, Started out trolling. What happened to your teeth? You didn't like my answer. Which was, I got in a fight with a great white shark. I won, but lost some teeth in the process. He was immediately frustrated into more explicit trolling at that point, especially after the tarot card reading. He just couldn't stop himself. What a maroon. As I mentioned last night in the live stream, a couple days ago I made the mistake of replying to a comment I didn't like. Of course, he's replied back like 2 times now. It just occurred to me that he might be commenting on that video where that INTP lady made me walk back from my conclusions. In which case his comments might be somewhat valid, but I just didn't like his approach, which was normal approach. You, man, you clearly don't understand what I'm doing. Okay, fuck off. People come around here and they want to be the expert. Look, I'm not the expert at everything. People have this quote, always be the learner, never the expert. Well, the point is, there are certain things that are relatively closed systems, so once you learn everything about them, you're genuinely the expert and there's nothing further to... No. Let it go. Let it go. It's dead now almost already. You're not bringing it in the house. Just kill it. Just kill it already so it's dead. I hate this shit. She's got this wounded baby mouse on the ground. Capillo, just let it go or kill it, but do not take it inside the house. You are not allowed to take it in the house. I'm covering up this cat door so you cannot go inside the house with that maimed mouse. That horribly tragic, partially maimed baby mouse. Oh. Just put it out of its fucking misery already. Oh my God. It's like, I'm going to have to kill this thing so that it doesn't suffer anymore. Fucking hell. Alright, Capillo, that's it. I'm killing that mouse. I don't like to kill things, but I'm not going to let you torture it anymore. Get away. Now it's dead. Leave it alone. It's going in the trash. Blood on the machete. Might have been a baby possum? I'm not sure. A rat. It had kind of a long face. But whatever it was, I didn't want it to suffer anymore. That's Capillo's killing toy. Goddamn cats. Leave those things alone. If it's already outside, leave it there. And don't bother. If it's inside, fine, kill it. But it starts out inside. And then, of course, the cat box has to clean out. Like, you go outside to kill poor little baby things, but you can't go outside to shit? Well, now I'm complicit in murder. But there's no way that baby, whatever it was going to survive. It was wounded badly. It was better that I just put it out of its misery. Horrible. What a horrible way to wake up in the morning. You have to kill something right away. Well, I feel less bad about that than if I had not killed it, for sure. Because then Kapia would have just continued torturing it. Now you can go back in the house, Kapia, if you want. Now that you no longer have a partially alive baby mammal of some sort. It's done. It's done. The big mouse is killed and in the trash. Oh, cats. Squirrels are annoying. They knock acorns out of the tree and they fall on people. Based on that sentence, the squirrels are doing both the acorn knocking and the falling. I've never had a squirrel fall on me. I've never had an acorn fall on me either, but maybe I'm not walking underneath enough acorn producing trees. That's a very reasonable critique of this kind of thing. All right, let's go back inside. Today's Thursday, which means the people at Crunchyroll hopefully are releasing a special episode of some cartoon celebrating International Johnny Week. Okay, I'll watch you eat. All right, we have to watch the cat eat. It's kitty mukbang time. Yes, you're a good man. And you like to eat with your mouth. I see that now. I feel so much more informed than I was prior to this morning about your eating, how you chew things and swallow them. It's really just continually astonishing me. I no longer search your name on YouTube. Took you off my phone like you were YouTube. I love his YouTube diss. YouTube does suck ass. They deserve to be dissed. Because YouTube sucks ass. That's why he took them off his phone. That's why he didn't even take it off his phone. It was never on his phone. But he's saying he took somebody else off his phone as though they were as bad as YouTube. They don't like wet food. We end up with gross leftover wet food, and they just don't like it. They like Imes dry food. I mean, Trouble will eat just about anything. But I don't necessarily want to encourage that. Because he has gross, weird poops because he eats so many weird things. Capillo's poops are all dainty and easy to clean up. Additionally, they get constipation from dry food. I have not encountered that problem with my cats. They seem to poop plenty. As the man who cleans it up, let me tell you, they're not constipated. But the additional reason not to have wet food is because of Strauss's second law. You're back? Oh, you're not the troll. I forgot. You're not the troll. Sorry. I was just about to hide you. I mean, you might turn out to be, but I don't think so. Good morning, Diana Days. You're not supposed to be up yet. You're only supposed to be up during the days. Right now, it's too early morning for you. This trash can, from all of my stem poking, smells like a bong. Smells like a worst part of a bong. You do exist. It's now 6:03 in the morning right now. 6:03. The sun hasn't quite risen yet. What time does sunrise? It doesn't say. But today is only going to get to 70 degrees. That's pretty cold for a high. We're going to have a very nice, brisk autumny day around here today. Makes me want to go outside and do something maybe. Maybe we'll go to the supermarket, pick up my drugs, but probably not. It's currently 60 degrees. Last night I was super impressed with myself because Google accused of sending motorists off bridge. How can Google be responsible for that? People may be paying attention to their phone, but you need to understand what's the matter with men. Real masculinity should look to the queer community like ... No, Siri, there's not. You've helped enough. Why do I do drugs? I don't really do drugs hardly anymore at all. I smoke pot. I smoked pot since I was like 14 years old. So it doesn't really do much to me, you know? As far as amphetamines, well, why do I do them? The straightforward answer is I like them. I mean, it's an equivalent kind of question too. Why don't you do drugs? Why do I smoke pot? Deeply ingrained habit, you know, or whatever. But the real answer for why I do drugs is because I like them. I like them a lot. I just don't have a lot of opportunity to get good drugs right now. If I had like a bag of meth right here, I would be sprung as fuck right now. They make you emotionally unstable? Well, I mean, everything comes with a cost. Not everybody can handle speed. Speed's got to come down. That for a lot of people apparently is quite emotionally bad, right? Not me, not ESTPs. FI polar, we don't really notice that. I mean, isn't it because I like them an FI reason? Isn't that an FI answer? Because I like them? They're fun. I love being on lots of drugs. Although I sometimes can be on too much drugs. Like, that one day that I took half an ounce of mushrooms and lost my mind. Well, Boba Fett's interpretation of MDMA is also representative of some unconscious FI, I think. Most people find um, not deep enough of an answer. Well, then I'll go with an answer that I heard on My So-Called Life when I was a teenager. And it's hit me so hard and resonated with me so much that I remember to this day, even though I only saw it one time. One of the characters in it is asked, like, why are you the way you are, or something like that, because she's kind of hyper or something. I don't know. She explains, look, the world is timed too slowly. My timing belt is in a different timing than the world. So that's why, I mean, the thing is, I was born wanting to do drugs. I was born that way. Before I ever had any actual intoxicants, when I would get up from my seat before lunch in middle school, I'd hyperventilate so that when I got out of my chair, I could get a head rush. The first time I was allowed to have wine at a family dinner in 7th grade, Thanksgiving dinner at my cousin's house, because they were allowed to have a little wine, I was the drunkest person there. So I'm not trying to medicate some pain away, right? The only pain I'm trying to medicate away is the slowness of the world, the pain of boredom. The pain of sobriety. Oh God, how sober can I possibly be? This is so boring. But there are plenty of occasions, or not plenty, but some occasions where I'd rather not have the immediate reward of being loaded, and I'd rather have the long-term reward of having killed it as a social event. Like at my wedding, when everyone was singing karaoke, I just felt like I need to be on more drugs to feel enthusiastic about this. And Rachel felt kind of bad for me, like, yeah, I don't know why Corey didn't give you some drugs. He's clearly on them. um, but I was glad in the end that I didn't have anything that day, because as the groom and the host of the wedding and stuff, I killed it. I made no social mistakes whatsoever. I can remember that wedding with pride and joy instead of shame and anxiety. No, I am naturally into karaoke normally. I did sing one song. My voice was kind of shot that day, right? But if I had been more sprung, like if I had if Corey had given me a couple of Adderall or something, I probably would have sung more, despite the fact that my voice was shot. I do like karaoke a lot. It's just, um, I like probably singing my own songs more, like performing at a show more than karaoke, but I like karaoke a lot. I just don't do it very often. It had been a long couple of weeks before before the wedding, in which Rachel and I had been scrambling to get everything ready. So on the actual wedding day, I was pretty tired. I was pretty like at the end of a run of productivity. I was pretty I guess you would say not very expressive that day. I was gonna say kind of flat in my affect, but shrooms do not give you enlightenment. Enlightenment's bullshit. Okay. Like I read this quote, maybe Winston's mom put it, I don't know. No, drugs don't give you spiritual growth or whatever. It's ridiculous. Only dumbasses think that. Drugs are for partying, not for spiritual growth. You want to spiritually grow, go to church. You want to have fun, do drugs. After the wedding, Corey came to stay with us for a while, and during that period of time, I was doing a bunch of ketamine. I was just ketamining my ass off. I loved it. But I think I only like ketamine really when it's mixed with some kind of amphetamine. Like I'm on an amphetamine. And then I like ketamine. But if I'm not, it's a little I don't know, it depends on the ketamine too. The ketamine we had when Corey was here was excellent. Rachel loves that shit like her own child. More watching you eat? We've already watched you eat. Can I delegate that to the stream participants, please, watching him eat? Because I gotta make this cup of coffee. And I do feel a poo on its way. So for those of you who have on your TWFP bingo card, Eric goes poo on stream. Well, that's a good one to have on your bingo card because it's true almost every time. What's that beautiful? What are you mumbling about?
Trouble meowing for you to watch him eat. I was wondering what he was meowing about.
It's a normal thing. He wants attention.
Oh my gosh, but just come to bed and I'll give you so much attention.
He's got to police Capito, of course.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I wish you would have stopped her from killing that baby mouse.
I know, I'm really sorry about that.
Yeah, well, I actually feel like kind of good about it because, like, I feel terrible by the time they brought that little baby quail in here, and it got behind this thing, I couldn't get it, and I gave up on it, right? At least for this thing, I put it out of its misery as soon as I could, and I feel good about that because it had only more horrible torture ahead of it.
And it's so natural for Capillo to hunt like that. She's just so good at it.
Yeah, she's a really good hunter. She's stealthy as fuck. You know, if she wants you to walk someplace and you not see her, you're not gonna see her.
It's true.
She's camouflaged better than Trouble too. She's brown, various shades of brown.
Yeah.
Trouble might be more camouflaged in the winter though.
It probably is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Are you a snowshoe haircat, Trouble? I gotta poop. So if you have it on your bingo card, Eric poos on stream. Go ahead and mark that square off because I'm about to do it. Well, maybe wait till I'm done, but I can guarantee you this is no false alarm. Okay? This is no false alarm. Oh. No, that's a true alarm right there. That's a nice big poop. Wow. It feels like I took off a 20-pound backpack from my butthole. My butthole has a backpack. It's BACKP. My butthole has a backpack. It's CBACKP. Backpack, 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 backpack. Yes, my butthole has a backpack. I call that song My Butthole Has a Backpack. Obviously, I stole the melody from the Oscar Mayer commercial. But that's okay. If you tell somebody, don't Amber Heard me, what you mean is, please don't poop in my bed. I want the expression pulling an amber to mean pooping in someone's bed. That horrible woman. She needs me to just shame her while she has to sit there and squirm and listen to it. That's what that woman needs. A good, resolute shaming. Just like Meghan Markle. You can gather her and that other lady I was talking about, Amber Heard, into a room. Sit in there. And I will just shame the fuck out of them. I'll point at them and say, you horrible people. You know, when I was a little kid, still to this day probably, I was really into D&D kind of stuff. The idea of magic. And included in the idea of magic were potions. Potions that made you strong, potions that made you invisible, potions that healed you. Well, potions are the one kind of magic that it turns out is real. Drugs are potions that make you have fun. It's too late for better parents. They're adults, for fuck's sake. Now all they need is to be shamed within an inch of their life. Because they're horrible narcissists. Shamed, belittled, and ostracized until they change their horrible ways. That's what I think. Because if you're not committing crimes, well, what's the appropriate way to hold people accountable? People can still do wrong things without committing a crime. Like, I don't think it's illegal to shit in your spouse's bed. But and I don't think it should be illegal. But nevertheless, I don't think we should approve of it, right? Oh, I'm sure it's fantastic, Russell Crowe. What's mine? Yours is terrible, Eric. One thing that used to make me feel traumatized a little bit, but no longer does. When we got guinea pigs, guinea pigs keep breeding and breeding. But we had one male and one female guinea pig. So there's a lot of inbreeding going on. They have rapid generations of babies. And one of the babies one time that was born retarded. It had a disability, okay? Like it was all like hunched and looked like this and walked kind of weird and funny. And I kept trying to, the mother would go over here and then it couldn't keep up. It would get lost and be like, I don't know where I am. I'd try to push it over there to the mother to eat and stuff. And it died pretty young, I couldn't get it to survive. It was just too retarded. And for a while that hurt my heart a lot. Like, oh, I can't believe that mother wouldn't take good enough care of that one baby just because it was disabled. And like, even if I moved it over next to the mom, it would barely get any food because the other guinea pig babies would push it out of the way. Anyway, I used to find that memory traumatic. Now I just kind of find it funny. For a while, I did have a special needs guinea pig for a brief time. Yeah. Well, if you just have guinea pigs and multiple male, if you have one male, one female, before you know it, you will have a slew of guinea pigs. Of course, after I had enough of them, I ended up moving them to this little house I made for them outside the Temple City house, the north side of the house. And guess what happened? A coyote came and broke into destroyed the house I made to get at the guinea pigs. Even though they had plenty, it was not a bad house for them. And ate the guinea pigs until Lacey went out there and started barking at the coyote. And then the coyote bit Lacey, and in fact was running off with her. Well, I guess picked her up for a second. Then ran out there. When I heard her go, yelp, I ran out there and the coyote dropped her and ran away. And, oh yeah, well, we went straight to the vet, you know. It was very dramatic and horrible. And the vet put this horrible drainage tube thing into her that was there for like a week. Or less, maybe a little less than a week. And she had to have one of those e-collars on for like 5 days or something. I felt really bad for her. But, you know, she recovered and was fine. It's Dave of all people. I don't think Johnny has pets. He's too busy right now to have any pets. If he does have pets, I feel sorry for the pets, and I hope he gave them to somebody else because he's on his way doing a world tour. He does not have time to have pets. Joe Jonas is to suck my butt. Johnny is such a bummer. Tiffany, why would you say that about Johnny on International Johnny Week? Because he's always writing songs about like, oh no, she doesn't love her and stuff. Like, stuff is such a bummer. Well, that's Tiffany's thoughts on Johnny, but those are not my thoughts on Johnny. The other day we were in the supermarket. There was a lady who had like in a bassinet in her shopping cart this adorable baby, and Tiffany marched right up to it and said, "Stop being such a bummer!" I said, "Tiffany, that baby can't help it. It's actually a baby." "I know," she said in reply. Dave of all people's been here multiple times before, Winston's mom. You may not remember Dave of all people, but I remember Dave of all people. Every time he comes here, I say, "It's Dave of all people." Because he's got a great name that inspires you to do that. Troll wouldn't have such a good name. You know, trolls have like regular names like Kim Jackson or something. Where are my glasses? Why can I not find them? Let me look for them. I'll be back. I should have titled this live stream, Eric, a study in losing things. I lose so many things. I found my glasses, but yes, these are my cigarettes. As you can see, it's light out now. It's still quite chilly. But that means pretty soon the woodland friends are going to be up. They're going to want their morning cutlets. So we've got to get ready for a cutlet put. For those of you who've never experienced a cutlet put before, well, it's upcoming. You won't want to miss it, so stick around. Wait through all the commercials. Remember, just because I don't monetize this video doesn't mean you don't have to watch commercials. YouTube may monetize it. Why don't you monetize this video, Eric? I'm not really sure. Just seems like you get in less trouble when you don't monetize things. I do monetize some of my videos. My shorts are monetized, which is nice. I get quite a few views with my shorts. I don't know how the monetization works with those, but you know, if I put up 3 decent shorts a day, if I could make 3 decent shorts a day, which I probably could if I tried, but it's a little harder than you think to get a good one that pops, right? It's a weird art form. But if I could get up 3 good 15-second or less videos a day, my level of good, I would get 100,000 views a month. Because for every good short I put up, which is the majority of them qualify as this. In other words, the loop's got to be right so that it's timed. You want the loop to time. If it's a little song or something, you want the loop to time perfectly so that as you get to the end of the thing, it goes right back to the beginning in time, right? If you can do that and you got a funny or interesting or weird little song, you can get 1,000 views, 1,500 views, 2,000 views, no problem. Can't make any mistakes, you know, that's the thing. Sometimes things that I think are, see you tomorrow, Diana. What's that poem by that lady about, like, 1 martini, I'm meow 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 meow. 2, I'm meow 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 meow. 3, I'm meow 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 meow. 4, I'm under the host. 4, I'm under my host. Because she was a slut. That's why. You put 4 drinks in that lady and she'll bend over for anyone. Anyway, but she was a great writer. She's the one who wrote, I'd rather have, Dorothy Parker, right? I'd like to have a martini, 2 at the very most. After 3, I'm under the table. After 4, I'm under my host. Yeah. Dorothy Parker was a pithy person for sure. And she's the person who wrote, I'd rather have a bottle in front of me than a frontal lobotomy. She came up with that. She's the one who wrote that. She also wrote, you can lead a horticulture, but you can't make her think. You can lead a horticulture, but you can't make her think is, of course, she spelled it horticulture. First thing I do in the morning is brush my teeth and sharpen my tongue. She had a serious drinking problem, but she also wrote, I'm not a writer with a drinking problem. I'm a drinker with a writing problem. She never quit. I feel sad for people who die drunks, having been a drunk myself. You like to sharpen your teeth first and then brush your. I mean, sharpen your. Oh, you like to sharpen your teeth and brush your tongue. Well, that's good. That's better for biting things. And if you want to have little pointy teeth, sure. Well, it helps when you're killing your prey with your by biting their neck too. You know, when you pounce on your prey and you want to put them down quick, you just sever that artery with your sharp teeth. You're good to go. Poor Dorothy Parker. She came of age and gained notoriety in the Roaring Twenties. When the Depression happened, she was viciously out of style. You get some venom glands, Dave. That'll help as well. Okay, so let's feed the woodland friends their morning cutlets. Because they enjoy eating morning cutlets. And I'm in the habit of providing them morning cutlets. I like certain kind of SI regularities. This is an SI regularity that has happened every morning, pretty much. I get up, I give the woodland friends their cutlets. It's a nice routine. I like things that are routine sometimes. You know, when it's like SI satisfying. I'm not a super SI guy. Like, I won't be consistent with this. Once I get on it, 5 minutes it'll be. Who knows what time in the morning I put out cutlets. But I'll still put them out. Because otherwise the woodland friends will yell at me. Here you go, woodland friends. There's your morning cutlet. I used to worry, what if I opened a cutlet restaurant and I had no woodland friend customers? No longer do I worry about such things. As you'll see momentarily, as the Blue Jays begin to arrive. A negotiator from the Blue Jays came to talk to me the other day and was trying to negotiate an exclusive deal for cutlets. I said, hey, these cutlets are first come, first serve, okay? Any of the woodland friends is allowed to eat these cutlets. Plus, you're not offering anything, just making the demand. It's not really a negotiation, you know. I've got the morning routine, of course, of listening to the lady across the street yell at your children. That's always delightful. Now that we're back in school, it's more of a morning thing, less of a all day long thing. Oh, look at all those blue jays. We got 4 blue jays and 2 in the tree. So we already got 6 blue jays. If you were worried nobody was going to come to our woodland cutlet party, you were worried unnecessarily. There is literally almost nothing the woodland friends like better than a cutlet party. Butlets, Straussian cutlets. There ain't no party like a cutlet party because a cutlet party don't stop. Okay, just remember that. Oh yeah, we got a lot of blue jay action going on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the wall. 2 in the trees. Another one comes. 8 total blue jays currently on scene. They're like the cops. Put out woodland cutlets, it's like a murder scene, just swarming with cops. We had a lot of cops at the house when my dad shot himself. A lot of cops. Some of them very suspicious of me and Rachel that we might have done it. But you know what? Turned out we didn't. We weren't murderers after all. I wasn't too worried about it because I knew I hadn't shot my dad. And I knew Rachel hadn't shot my dad. So it's like, you cops do whatever you want. I don't know. I didn't do anything, but my dad's dead. He sure is, everybody said. The ambulance people came over to me at one point and said, I'm sorry, there's nothing we could do. There's no pulse. And I'm like, okay. I already knew he was dead. You're not telling me anything I don't already know, ambulance guy. That's unsurprising to me. That's the last time I encountered cops, really, that I can remember. I don't encounter cops very often. I don't seem to have much problem with the cops. They look like nice, normal people much of the time. Rachel always does. I am hit and miss. Sometimes I can look a little strange. Well, okay, always. With my current dental situation, I always look at least a little strange. But I've noticed that since I started wearing bun huggers, people are affording me a lot more credibility and respect. They can't see the bun huggers, but they can feel the added confidence that the bun huggers provide. And they go, okay, this guy is trustworthy. I can rely on this guy for the truth. Especially the truth about bun huggers. It's okay to wear bun huggers. They're not just for little boys, okay? They're for grown-up men too. They're not just for gays. They're for heterosexuals too. This is my message about bun huggers, okay? Bun huggers are not just for little boys and gays. They're for straight adult men too. And you can get some. Go ahead. Don't be afraid to get some bun huggers. If you buy enough bun huggers, it might come with a free 2024 calendar from Bun Huggers magazine, featuring yours truly on all 12 months. Remember this easy to remember saying. Just like holsters holster your guns, underwears for hugging your buns. Buy Bun Huggers today. Oh, that door is locked. I'm gonna have to go around. Well, here we are, going around. We might as well stop here for a second and look at things. Oh, everything looks fine. What's going on, Capio? Capio Big Tail? Capio just ran over here with Big Tail, which suggests she encountered something that frightened her. I don't see anything over here from where she ran, though. So who knows what she was doing? That's the neighbor woman across the street yelling at her children. I don't know if you can hear. That is not how you parent, lady. Ay, ay, ay. After school, okay? Just get them now. Oh God, you guys are driving me crazy. She's always saying shit like that. It's terrible parenting. I don't like to listen to. So I go inside usually. It's like, what are you gonna do about something like that? Go across the street to the person who has the sign up that says trespassers will be shot and tell them you don't approve of their parenting? Probably not gonna go over very well. I don't approve of your parenting. Oh, meow, the most mournful of meows. Yes, I just began wearing bun huggers. After many, many years of being a boxers only guy, I decided one day that I wanted to get some bun huggers. I was telling Rachel that. That was the day that I learned that Rachel had never even heard the term bun huggers before. And that as far as I was concerned, everybody called them bun huggers except Mexicans who called them tidy whities. That's what I used to think. Now I know better. Now I know that bun huggers is not a common term for briefs. But it's what they should be called. That's what they were called when I grew up. There are multiple advantages to bun huggers. But the primary advantage is they don't creep up like boxers do. Every time I wear boxers, it If you were to pull up the shirt a little bit, it would go shirt, boxers, pants. Also, in a pinch, if you've lost your Speedo, you can go to the beach in your bun huggers. It's the same thing as a Speedo, but white and cotton. Of course, additionally, bun huggers are like your modern cod piece. So your boys are packed up in there too. As we get closer to winter, you don't want your boys to stray too far from the warmth of your body. Oh, yes. Daddy knows. And Daddy loves. Why? Because you are a very good kitty. That's why. Among the greatest kitties in history. Yes, you will go down in kitty history as one of the greats. Your story will be told in meows by kitties for generations to come. The story of the cat who ate so well that everybody on the internet wanted to watch him eat all the time. That's the story that's going to be told about you, Trouble. That and how the most troublesome cat in the world took over a family. This is the title of his autobiography. Okay, I'll continue to watch you eat. You looked upset there that I was going to get out. So I guess I have to watch him eat some more. I'm supposed to watch him until he goes and gets water. Are you going to get water? Okay. He doesn't need me to watch him drink water for some reason. He seems to be able to drink water just fine on his own. Food, on the other hand, that's another question. Obviously, you can't expect a cat to eat by himself. I don't think I want to have that sign. I don't want to make trouble. I put up signs that bad parenting will be shot. Say mirror their sign. Trespassers will be shot. Ladies screaming at their children will be shamed. How about that? Ladies screaming at their children will be shamed. That would be a good sign to put up. The same size, font, color as their sign. Ladies screaming at their children will be dissuaded by signage. That would be a pretty good sign to have. You always get your I's and E's wrong. That's why you're always saying things like, "E, I'm going to the store right now." Huh, Boba Fett. Dave, of all people, can also relate. E, I'm going to the store right now. E, we'll be back later. E will be by back later. If you treat to switch all E's and I's, it would buy hard. I don't get the feeling that that's how that thing is going across the street. I have a feeling that this horrible woman is domineering with everybody in her family. It probably has been since the get go. And now I have to go let you outside. Trouble, can you be a little bit independent? Like, you know, do your own thing a little bit? Like, walk out the cat door instead of requiring a kitty doorman? Okay, go outside and just stand there. What a silly boy he is. I wonder what's inside my backpack. Let's look. It's my butthole backpack. There's got to be a twist. Butthole backpack. A backpack for my butthole. There's nothing in here. Oh, there's headphones and a lighter. There's this jacket and these boxers for some reason in there. Must have been when we went on a trip to Los Angeles and I just put the... No, I'm not leaving the door open for him, Boba Fett. It's ridiculous. There's a cat door in the garage that he can go through anytime he wants to. He's just lazy / an FE Dom, so he wants everything to be a group activity, including him going outside. Which is, I tell him, I explain to him, it's ridiculous. Go around. But he doesn't listen to me. You don't like using forums because they're so boring. Is that why? That cursor could suck my butt. That's fair. And that is very fair of me. He should, in fact, suck my butt. All right, let's see what things are looking like here on the old ESPN. On Saturday at 7:30 on Fox, USC is playing lowly Arizona State, and who got walloped by Fresno State, and USC's 35-point favorites. I would expect SC to cover that spread. I would expect it to be another first half like last week where it's 50-0 after the first half. So let's see. USC has lived up to its potentials thus far. Colorado has exceeded projections. Unbeaten Washington State and UCLA have gone from a combined 14 projected wins to 16, despite each taking on power conference road tests. The trio of Utah, Oregon, and Washington has gone a combined 9-0. Utah's offense remains wobbly as it waits for Cam Rising's return, but the Utes still beat both Florida and Baylor. And Florida beat Tennessee. Meanwhile, Oregon and especially Washington have shined. 8 of the conference's 12 teams remain unbeaten for week 3. And the coming weeks are going to be one steady battle royale, starting with Colorado, Oregon, UCLA, Utah, and Oregon State, Washington State this coming weekend. Wow, what a big weekend for the Pac 12 this weekend. That's exciting. I'm going to miss some of the games because we're going to be driving home on Saturday. But we'll be back in plenty of time for the SC game. That'll be good. And now let's see what the Google News headlines have to say. Rupert Murdoch to retire. Well, good for him. It's about time he takes some time off, do a little fishing. Studios writers reportedly near deal. The Hollywood strike is apparently nearly over, which I'm glad to hear. Uh, the Rams are trading Cam Akers to the Vikings. Well, that makes me pretty glad I have Cam Akers now. He'll probably do better with the Vikings than he did with the Rams. I have Cam Akers on my fantasy football team. USC's Jalen Smith details how he's locked down starting nickel safety role. Interesting. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Real uses for AI and crypto. Google's GPT-4 rival AI edge for bad employees. Does Colorado have enough momentum to beat Oregon on the road? I don't think so. I think Oregon's going to beat them soundly. Here's the thing here. It says 35-10 Ducks. Mad Dog predicts Deion Sanders in Colorado will get roughed up by Oregon. I agree with that. Heroes Comics is closing in Fresno. Quote, I feel a little depressed. Another quote, it's been a good run. Higher interest rates, not just for longer, but maybe forever. My ex-husband was a cheater. Should I tell my kids the truth? Yes. Can you spot the difference in these birds in Yosemite? I don't know. Can I? most dominant men's NCAA tournament runs of all time. This is a terrible, terrible idea. Sex advice from Slate. My wife said she wanted to experience everything with me years ago. I want to hold her to it. Oh, God. Oh, God. What do you want? Anal? A threesome? It's a terrible, terrible, terrible perspective on things. You're going to try to leverage someone's words to compel them to engage in sex behavior they don't want to. That's fucking horrible. Horrible, horrible. Let's see. Federal Judge 96 is suspended amid concerns about her mental fitness. Fair enough. Crunchyroll announces Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2. Hindi and Tamil dubs. Well, I don't want those dubs. Only Murders in the Building season. What? 4? They're making another season? The replacements are still a puzzle. I'm afraid of the band replacements. I'm curious about that. New York Magazine says Deion Sanders' train is probably about to derail. I agree. Oregon's going to take it too. CEO's abrupt exit followed complaint of alleged groping, other accounts of misconduct, including shoving meat into a young female worker's face. Oh my God. On Lake Tahoe, a super exclusive community has the country's most expensive mountain homes. Well, that's not us. Camelo Alvarez is fighting Jermell Charlo. I would expect Camelo Alvarez to make short work of whomever Jamel Charlo is. I don't even know anything about Jamel Charlo, but I've seen plenty of Canelo Alvarez fights to know he's a badass. Joe Biden forgets to shake hands with Brazil president in awkward gaffe. Uh-oh. A second Earth-like planet may exist in the solar system, some scientists say. What? Selena Gomez's Barbie core power suit is the ultimate workwear inspiration. Leading consciousness theory slammed as pseudoscience. NFT crash. 95% of the market is now worthless, study finds. Julian Lennon explains why he hates Hey Jude. New initiative focused on revitalizing Fresno's Chinatown. Dana White wants judge investigated over UFC title fight decision. Hmm. Tom Cruise opens up about never sleeping after his Mission Impossible co-star admits to seeing him unconscious only twice in 17 years. Wow, that's some bad SI. California orders bottled water to stop drawing from natural springs. Arrowhead can no longer use the mountain springs it has used for more than a century. These are things that are going on today in the world. Okay, well, that wasn't very interesting. Not even really interesting enough to read out loud. Does Colorado have enough momentum to beat Oregon on the road? As impressive as Colorado has been to start the season, Sanders' next week's test will require an exhaustive effort. Says we have to put it all together to be able to defeat a team like Oregon. I'm not a fan of anybody except for some celebrities that got a tremendous gift, but not in sports. I respect the heck out of him. I love what he's accomplishing. I love who he is. The way he runs the team. I love the way he operates. The sentiment is reciprocated by Lanny. So the two coaches are stroking each other before the game. I don't think that Colorado can beat Oregon. I just don't see it happening. A common case of mistaken identity in Yosemite National Park. And park rangers want to know if you can spot the difference between two birds that are often mixed up. Yosemite Park officials say ravens often get misidentified as crows. This appearance, officials say there are a few distinctions to identify one of the most commonly observed birds in the park. Starting with the bill, officials say a raven has a chisel shape, more robust than a crow. The next trait that varies between the two birds is their feathers. Crows have a sleek, smooth suit, while a raven is scruffy. Another way to tell the difference is just watch them in the air. Ravens are easier to identify in the air as they have ragged wingtip spans and diamond shaped tail, while crows keep a lower profile with blunt wingtips and a square shaped tail. Ravens are vocal with a distinct call to alarm other ravens, assert dominance, and announce their presence in a new territory. I guess crows are not that vocal. Doesn't say that specifically. Anyway, that's how you tell the difference between crows and ravens, not rows and cravens. Which men's national team had the most dominant NCAA tournament run? It's got to be UCLA, right? Number 5, UCLA Bruins, 1967. Number 4, NC State Wolfpack, 1974. Number 3, Indiana Hoosiers, 1981. Number 2, Ohio State Buckeyes, 1960. And number 1, UCLA Bruins, 1968. Avenging a regular season loss to Houston, Alcindor and the Bruins defeated the Cougars 101 to 69 in the Final Four, then posted a 23-point victory over North Carolina to win it all. Now they're doing 85, ranking the runs from 85 to 2023. Tied for fifth, Kentucky 1996, Michigan State 2004, Blue Devils 2001, UConn 2023, that was last year, this past year, Villanova 2018, and Tar Heels 2009. That wasn't that interesting. Okay, let's move on to the next tab. Only Murders in the Building, Season 4. Whether or not the show has been reviewed. Here's what we know about the status. Hulu has not yet made the decision to renew or cancel Only Murders in the Building. Huh. So it's possible, but they don't know. It's not been ruled out. That's the answer to that. I'll have to listen to the replacements again. I haven't listened to them in a long time. A second Earth like planet may exist in the solar system, say scientists. There may be an undiscovered planet in the outer solar system whose presence is revealed by the strange orbit of objects beyond the eighth planet, Neptune. The tantalizing prospect of a ninth planet is suggested by a paper published in the Astronomical Journal, which explores the orbit of objects in the distant Kuiper Belt. One of the TNOs, trans-Neptunian objects, is Sedna, an icy reddish object that rotates every 40 Earth days. It was discovered by American astronomer Michael Brown in 2003. It may be an ocean world. It has a highly eccentric and elongated orbit that sees it take 11,400 years to journey around the sun. Sedna has been cited as possible evidence for the so-called ninth planet, but this new claim is different. Sedna's orbit, as well as the inclined orbit of several other TNOs, and more generally, the existence of a cluster of large population of TNOs with orbits beyond Neptune's gravitational influence, can be explained by the presence of an Earth-sized planet, according to the paper. Huh. Computer simulations of the interactions suggest a hypothetical Earth-like planet explains all the anomalies. It would need to be about 1.5 to 3 times as massive as Earth and about 250 to 500 Earth-Sun distances from the Sun, in an orbit inclined by 30 degrees to the plane of the solar system, according to the paper. They call this the Kuiper Belt planet scenario. The theory is testable. If astronomers can find a cluster of TNOs at about 150 Earth-Sun distances, then they could be considered signatures of the existence of a ninth planet in the solar system, albeit one incredibly far away. Even the search for TNOs will likely turn up some extreme objects, which will provide valuable insights into the nature of the Kuiper Belt. Well, that was interesting. Dana White is upset over what he saw in the main event of UFC Fight Night, Grasso versus Shevchenko 2. What he thought about the split draw decision that came at the end of the Grasso Shevchenko 2 and resulted in Grasso retaining the UFC flyweight title. At his press conference, White told his least loathed reporters how much he hated the scorecard that caused the draw. When I found out one of the judges scored 10-8, I'm like, this guy should be fucking investigated for this. This is the craziest shit I've ever seen in my life. White then revealed that he had spoken with the commission about Judge Mike Bell, who scored a 10-8 round 5 for Grasso, a scorecard many observers are scratching their head about. They've assured me this guy isn't a bad guy. He just fucked up and made a mistake. It's unfortunate. There's no way in hell that was a 10-8 round. Huh. Well, you know, Dana White is Martin Luther King was a wife beater? Well, so was John Lennon. That's why they sang their famous duet, Shut Up, Bitch, I'm Singing, by Martin Luther King and John Lennon. Yes, their chart-topping hit, Shut Up, Bitch, I'm Singing, I'll Smack You, really was not controversial at all at the time. It was considered just good, tough husbandry. You know, nothing wrong with a good, tough husband who teaches his wife to behave herself. I like to teach with violence. Well, I've got to go pee. So you're in the bathroom with me. And together we'll see Just how much comes from me? Well, I'll see. You'll hear. I'll scoot back on the toilet seat so it'll go directly into the water so you can hear it. Okay. This is called urine ASMR. Yeah, it's the sound of urine. Urine tinkling below. Tinkles in the water so. When I am done, I have to shake my dick to get all of the pee off of my prick. And when I'm done, I will stand up and flush away my pee today. It's the sound of urine. Then my bun huggers pulled up, and my pants didn't cover butt. And now I am once again fully dressed, which when you're live streaming is for the best. Manifest is your favorite ENFP word. Hey, it's an ESFP word as well. You can't trust many people talking about politics because most people are talking about it from a clear agenda perspective. It's not. It's predicated on this two-side nonsense, you know. And it's like the correct alternative is not to be centrist; it's to be correct about each specific individual issue, and not be so interested in partisan nonsense at all. Not be interested in partisan nonsense at all. Not just not be so interested, just refuse to be interested in it at all. Critique the people who deserve to be critiqued for good reasons. Support things that deserve to be supported for good reasons. Don't worry about which side they're on. Now I'm going to get myself a donut. Would anybody else like a donut? A donut. It is donut time. It's morning. It's the time of donuts. I'm going to have one of these ones this time. Donuts are good for dipping in coffee. If you've got some coffee and you want to dip a donut into it, well, that makes you a regular person. Nothing strange about that. That's just being normal. There. Generous and kindness are signs of battle butter. No, it doesn't need to be heated. I mean, I don't think really anybody sees tenderness and kindness as signs of weakness and despair. I mean, you're rebutting an argument no one's making. Cahill, Gibran. So, maybe you can shove your quote up your butt. How tender and kind is that? We need to get another brand of cigarettes one time. Maybe just throw them all out. Just say Rachel's cigarettes can be in a different kind of box than mine. Rachel's cigarettes are, of course, joints. So, please tell me I didn't lose my glasses again. They're in my pocket. Okay. Now, we're taking iced tea along with you and me to make our way to see the woodland friends outside. That's an odd sound. I wonder what that is. No, I'm not talking about the squirrels and stuff. I'm talking about this supersonic jet kind of sounding thing. I don't know. I can usually tell when I'm drinking one of Rachel's leftover drinks because it's got a little bit of stickiness to the lip part where her lipstick touched it. Now, I'm not talking about the squirrel barks. Yes, I hear the squirrel barks. I already know what those sounds are. Those are woodland friends squabbling with each other. Kindness is subjective. I mean, it is true that people can posture kindness and have ulterior motives. So, in that regard, you can't be extremely determinate about whether something comprises kindness. And it is true that people trying to control you will abuse the word kindness. Say, look, this is tough love. I'm actually being kind to you. You know, those are realities, but it doesn't mean that kindness itself isn't a real thing or that it doesn't exist objectively. People can authentically be trying to be kind. It may not be perceived as that, but the intention to be kind can be either authentic or inauthentic, right? Just because we can't be determinate about whether a given instance of apparent kindness is authentic or inauthentic. Well, I mean, it not necessarily, but it could, you know. If you're rescuing the kitten from the freeway to take it home and do experiments on it, then I probably wouldn't call that kindness. And sometimes things that aren't in isolation kind are kind. Like I had to kill that baby mouse this morning. It was the kindest thing to do because I didn't want it to be tortured by the cat any longer. A question for an ENFP: if we have multiple incarnations and the soul can be old, does it age backwards? Meaning the older a soul and the younger they will be in spirit. I don't know. Is it a kindness to call someone out on their channel as the wrong type? I don't claim that's kindness. I claim that's cleaning the highway, you know, cleaning the highway of trash. Well, look, the typology community is a roadway that is piled up with trash on either side. What I do is I go around with those orange bags, fill them up, and take some of the trash away. People don't necessarily know that they shouldn't be littering. They think, oh, the animals outside will like this bag of trash. They'll eat it. It's not trash at all. It's an offering to the animals by the road. But they're just wrong. And their trash needs to be cleaned up. And if it hurts their feelings to call their trash trash, well, fuck them. You know, I'll try to do it nicely, kindly, understanding that people's emotions and identities are tied up with this shit. But at the end of the day, I'm still just cleaning up trash, and we should never forget that. There is a correct and incorrect things in the world. Other things don't fall into that kind of black and white binary, right? But type does. It's not like everything's a black and white binary, but type is. Therefore, when people are wrong about the type and spreading misinformation, it's just trash I have to clean up. No kindness to it whatsoever. It would be kind of those people not to throw their trash out their fucking window in the first place. INTPs are likely to continually reassess their type. I don't know if they're the most likely to do that, but it wouldn't be counterintuitive at all to say that. I prefer people stop being such babies. People have made all kinds of horrible videos about me. Like I give a fuck. You know, get over it already, right? Stop thinking that you can control everybody else's position and opinion on things. And that they shouldn't voice that for some reason if it offends you. Just everybody who thinks that way needs to go fuck themselves. You know, it's just that simple. Everybody's not only entitled to their opinion, they're entitled to say it out loud. if you think your feelings are more important than that right, then you need to seriously go fuck yourself. That's fair. That's fair, just, righteous, and true. Unlike my cats, who, despite what I tell them, are not fair in jest. They kill poor innocent little mice. Trouble bullies his sister, even though she's a much better hunter than he ever will be. They need to be more fair and just. I keep telling them that. Well, if he's still at home playing games in his room with you, Winston's mom, that's not inconsistent with INTP. Winston's mom is actually Eric's mom, just not this Eric. Isn't that interesting? Well, you have a +1 invite to our Christmas party, Wesley's mom. It's true. Well, let's see what Crunchyroll's released this morning. When I start checking that, we're pretty close to wrapping it up. If there's something good that's come out already, I'll probably want to watch it. What comes out on Thursdays? Okay, The Great Cleric comes out today. Has it come out yet? Is the question. Let us see what has been released today. Nothing has been released yet today. So now I have to go browse the release calendar. And I have to go back to last Thursday to see what gets released on Thursdays. The Devil is a Part-Timer Season 2, Episode 23. I don't watch that one. It came out today already, but I don't watch that one. Jujutsu Kaisen comes out, Great Cleric comes out, and Rurouni Kenshin comes out. So we're looking at Jujutsu Kaisen at 10 a.m. We're looking at Great Cleric at 10:30 and Rurouni Kenshin at 11. So that's 3 really good shows that come out today. I really like the Great Cleric, but I really like both the other ones too. But they don't come out until 10 in the morning, which is hours from now. Tomorrow is a shitty day. The only thing that comes out tomorrow is Reign of the Seven Spellblades that I watch anyway, and that's not very good. Saturday is a good day because my unique skill makes me OP at level 1. That comes out at 7 in the morning on Saturday. But there's not much else that comes out on Saturday that I watch. Oh, Am I Actually the Strongest also comes out on Saturday. That's basically all I watch on Saturday. There's just those 2. Then Sunday, well, in some sense, it's the best day because it's got Jobless Reincarnation Season 2. Trouble, I'm not going in there and watching you again. Just knock it the fuck off. But there's not really anything else that comes out on that day. That's good. So, that's what's going on with Crunchyroll this morning. Yeah, take your time. Take your time. Um, well, knowing that the anime don't come out till 10 in the morning, if I were to stop streaming now, what would I do? I don't even know. It was actually the fact until December last year. What was actually the fact? What was actually the fact? I'm wondering. Trouble, just stop. I don't want to watch you eat. Okay? I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull a tarot card for my Vivance. I might pull some more tarot cards of that too. This is the tarot card for my Vivance. Yesterday, the tarot card for my Vivance was wrong, so. What do you want, Mr. Meowsalot? This is the Knight of Rods. Dynamo, passionate, charming, cocky, athlete. Yesterday, I got the Page of Pentacles, I believe. Oh, it was a reply to Boba Fett. Well, if you were to take that card at face value regarding today, then are you meowing at mommy to come downstairs? He keeps looking upstairs and meowing. So I would suspect that meow. Oh yes. Daddy knows. So now I'm going to pull a card. Pull some cards for me. Okay. We'll do a three card pull today. That's all. Just 3 cards. No more 5 carders. We got this one, huh? This is not a good card. I already know that. Now, meow. We got this one. Oh, meow. Meow. Alright. So this is my current situation. Stalemate. Defeat. Obstinance. Fixed. Stuck. This is my current solution to it. I just sit around and consider, ponder, bide your time. And this is the outcome. The star. I'm showing off my jugs. Holy, divine, radiant, inspiration, ethereal. Well, hopefully that means I'm going to get my bylaws, or I don't know. Is there anybody else who'd like to get a card pull? I am doing card pulls right now. I could do a pull for you, or you, or you, or you, or any other person, anyhow. Pulls. I'm going to start with Winston's mom today. Winston's mom, you're getting a 3 card pull. This is to let the tarot speak its words. Oh, mighty tarot, speak your words. First card you get, Winston's mom, is this one. Ascension, completion, judgment, truth, no, zenith. You're the lady blowing the horn, and all the naked people are rising from the dead. That's your current situation. Your current self-concept is this. Transition, voyage, tour, 6 of Swords, depart. And the outcome is no, it cost too much. Wow. Well, that's pretty accurate. All right, next. Fellow human, here we go. Your current situation is the Hierophant, conventional structure, group, clan, institution. Your current situation, your current self-concept is this one. You see yourself on a journey to the unknown because you got the Eight of Cups. You're walking away, the moon's out, you're like, I'm going for a nighttime walk in my oversized tunic. Next, the outcome. Oh, Sarah speaks quickly today. It looks like the outcome for you is transition, voyage, depart, tour. Maybe you too are going to get racial reassignment surgery like me. Okay, now, that's for you, fellow human. I hope you enjoyed it. Next, we will read a reading for Jeremiah 6. Current situation, victory, triumph, prestige, 6 of Rods, kudos. Self-concept. A hermit. You see yourself as the hermit. Withdraw, reflection, wisdom, advice, repose, counsel. And the outcome. Oh my God, look at this. Jeremiah thinks it's a good outcome. You're going to find your soulmate. And then you guys are going to touch hands and say, I love your cup. And the other one's going to say, I love your cup too. So there you go, Jeremiah Fix. If there's anybody else here who would like a reading, go ahead and say it. But I will do Rachel next before I inform you that it's time to forever hold your pee. This is the lefty for Rachel, obviously. Just wanted to go there. Oh, this is the middle one? Okay. And this is the right one. No, that's a twofer. Trying to fool me, huh? No, not that one either. No, not that. This one, huh? Okay, this is it. Let's see. Her current situation is poverty, hardship, outcast, low, lack, 5 of Pentacles. I don't really think that's her current situation. Her self-concept, King of Cups. Calm, moody, sublime, healer, generous. And the outcome, it's the moon! It's the moon! Moon, 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 moon! Dreams, emotions, ruse, haze, escapism, unconscious. So that's Rachel's tarot pull. Now, I will do a pull for Johnny. It is International Johnny Week. I don't want to forget that. We're doing a pull for Johnny today. Tarot pull for Johnny. Let's see. We've got, first card is his current situation. The second card is his self-concept. And the third card is the outcome. All right, let's find out what they are. His current situation. Oh, no. Johnny, what's going on? Are you not having as good an International Johnny Week as I am? Your current situation is disaster, upheaval, tower, chaos. Well, yeah, really, this can't just mean a lot of change, right? And certainly in Catalyst, he certainly is experiencing a lot of change. I'm sure with all of his success. Now his self-concept. Oh, he sees himself as the star. Wow, he's correct in his self concept. And the outcome, Wheel of Fortune. It is so appropriate that Johnny got 3 major arcana out of 3. Wow, the tarot was really right about Johnny. So good for you, tarot. Johnny, don't worry about the flaming tower and the people falling to their death. Just remember, you're a star, and the future holds many wonderful unknowns. Groupies and M&Ms. Okay, last call for tarot pulls before I put the deck away. If you'd like one, say now or forever hold your peace. I'd like to think, although I have no particular reason to believe this, but I'd like to think that Johnny doesn't treat women like objects. I'd like to think that Johnny doesn't behave as though he were cast on Fuck Buddy Mountain. But it could just be wishful thinking on my part. You're not hungry, Trouble. You're not hungry. You don't even want to eat. You just want an audience. I know all about it, Trouble, because I'm an attention whore like you. Oh, pet. Oh, pet, pet, pet. Oh, yes. Pet, pet, pet. You need 1 million pets. Any fewer than 1 million pets is too few for you. That much is pretty obvious. 1 million pets is just barely enough pets for you. You get a copy every 15 seconds. Do its meow. There. For a large cup of coffee, I'll do 1.5 minutes in the microwave. But for a small cup of coffee like this, I often just do 1 minute. But 1 minute is just barely hot enough to melt it. So 1 minute and 15 seconds is probably best. Put a lot of creamer in there. There. Good. Delicious. Yeah, Johnny's appeared as a guest artist on a few different things. Some of which are good, some of which are not so good. I can think of at least one instance where they kind of just shoehorn in Johnny's part and it doesn't really go with the song. I don't think he'll be doing a lot of that anymore. Now that he's on Interscope and whatnot. You got the funk, gets me stupid, gets me drunk. I'll do anything that you want, anything that you want. There. I'm sorry you had to see a little bit of my midriff. My modesty shirt came up for a second there. That's my fault. Trying to make sure my modesty pants are pulled up and tightened all the way. And yes, I do have my feet modestly covered. I'll admit, I'm being a little risque by leaving my hands bare, but it just really isn't quite cold enough to warrant gloves at the moment. I fear my hands would get too hot. Sure, I should wrap them in a modesty ensuring swath of cheesecloth, perhaps. But we can't be perfect. We can only aspire to be perfect. I feel like I may have another poop coming. Are you guys out of cutlets already? Don't tell me you've already finished all the cutlets. I know there must be plenty on the ground. These Blue Jays are always knocking cutlets off the wall onto the ground. It's like, be responsible with your cutlets. But they're not, they're irresponsible. That's why Blue Jays were ranked as 2023's least responsible bird. I guess they don't have the cutlets yet because there's 3 of them on the wall right now. 4th one coming. I hear a woodpecker off in the distance, pecking at a tree. You might be able to hear it too. There are so many Blue Jays around. Like, I don't know how the population of Blue Jays around here must be very large. There aren't very many blue things in nature, but Blue Jays are one of them. And Blue Jays are actually blue, like blueberries are very dark blue, but a Blue Jay is just like straight up blue, you know. And they've got a black part on them too, but the blue part's blue. I like the Joni Mitchell lyrics. Songs are like tattoos. Blue. Songs are like tattoos, you know. Meow, 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 meow. One reason why painting someone as being disgusting goes to the instinct for purity. We were born to eat fats, not carbs. Blue Jays don't take no shit. That's for sure. You know, they're a take no shit kind of bird. Rachel says the most spoiled people in the neighborhood are the woodland friends in trouble. Or at least around here. I think she's right. Although I'd like to think she's pretty spoiled too. She deserves to be spoiled. Trouble, I'm less sure if he deserves to be spoiled. I feel more like he's just making me his bitch. It is International Johnny Week, so spitting random facts is fine. It's also fine during the other 51 weeks of the year, but it's extra fine during International Johnny Week, as all fine things are. Find to me anything that's fine and show it to me on International Johnny Week, and it becomes extra fine. Or as they say in the coin collecting business, very fine. So what I'm wondering now is if I could go back to bread and sleep for 2 more hours, get up in time for watching my cartoons, then experiencing my daily vague disappointment at not getting a text from the supermarket and getting my Vyvances ready. Then after that disappointment phase, maybe I'll finish putting together my telescope, or I could try to finish putting it together right now. It's not a bad idea. We're getting close to almost being ready to do a little something there. Yeah, I best believe that they can try, but I don't want someone else, 'cause I'm more than sure you're the one. I don't know about that for Helen. You're loud. I'm a Taurus. Well, that's very earthy. A lot of people call me bag of dirt because I'm so earthy. That's what this R is for. It's for the R in dirt. You know, I want to mess with that telescope some more right now. Sounds like a pain in the ass, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. Maybe if I smoke enough bong rips, I'll feel like going back to bread for a little while. This is what you call basically waiting for my man, you know? In this instance, I'm waiting for the pharmacist, who may or may not be a man. But, when you're just waiting for your drugs for long stretches of time, it's a little annoying, a little frustrating. But what are you going to do? You just have to wait. You just have to be patient. Accept the fact that a decent chance you're not going to get the drugs before the show. You're just going to have to be okay with that. So that's where I am right now. I mean, sure, there's plenty of chores I could do, should do, whatever. But I don't feel like it. I feel like having my vitamins already. I want to have a advantage. Right now, I'm disadvantaged by the absence of vibe. Okay. Old bag of dirt. They used to call me. Still do. Walk around town and say, there goes old bag of dirt. They're talking about me. Just fuck off, world's most cloggiest stem. Could you clog any more frequently? I don't think so. You clog like every single bone rip. Ridiculous. Alright, let's grind some more weed. I can't tell what's going on with me, with my kidneys or whatever. I'm not sure if it's my kidneys that hurt or if I strained some muscles in my lower back area. It's hard to say. But it's still a little bit painful, but it's not that bad. Better than it was. So I'll just sort of stay cognizant of it for the next couple of days and hopefully it'll go away. That's what I'm hoping it was. Okay. Let's give this a good grind. One of the things that make me astrologically unique is I have Neptune in my Saturn and I have Saturn in my Mars, but my Mars is actually in my Mercury and my Mercury is in my Uranus. My Uranus is also in my Uranus. Meanwhile, Pluto is the only planet that's not in anything. Prostatitis is inflammation and swelling in the prostate gland. Let's see. Okay, well, the only one of these symptoms, I have two of these symptoms. Pain in my lower back and frequent need to pee at night. Those are the only two symptoms I have of this. The other symptoms I don't have. I don't have pain in and around my penis, testicles, anus. A little bit in my lower abdomen, though. My lower back, lower abdomen. I don't have pain when peeing. I don't have an urgent need to pee, but I have a frequent need to pee, particularly at night. And I do have some stop-start peeing. What's funny is they don't say you're more likely to get chronic prostasis if you are older. Men aged 50 to 59 are 3 times more likely to get it than men 20 to 30. I'm 50 to 59. Well, I think what we can conclude is that the one thing they don't mention as a treatment is the one thing that I believe actually treats it, which is massaging your prostate. So, I've been talking about getting a drumstick, not the ice cream kind, nor the chicken kind, but rather the kind that you play the drums with. Because I've read about this before, and purportedly the best treatment for this is to massage your prostate with the tip of a drumstick, a thin drumstick. That's like the yes, we got the vitamin B. We each took 10 of them yesterday. We're gonna take 10 of them again today. I'm keeping track of my own neuropathy to see if it improves at all. I have that kind of body awareness that Rachel doesn't really have because of our function stacks. No, I'm not calling the doctor unless this gets worse or doesn't get better. It's better than when it was at its worst. So there's that. Yeah, I took 10 of them. Because the thing is, the kind of neuropathy that Rachel and I both have, Rachel has it a lot worse than I do, was caused by huffing too much nitrous oxide. And the mechanism that happens that causes huffing too much nitrous oxide to make you have neuropathy is it interferes somehow with your body's ability to use B vitamins. You have a severe B vitamin deficiency is what causes it. My daughter Delilah read an article the other day about a woman who had neuropathy super bad from huffing nitrous, so much so that she was in a wheelchair, and mega doses of B12. Granted, they were injections. Saw her make a full recovery. So I just thought we'd try the home version of that. Take 10 B12s a day, see if it helps at all. You know, it can't hurt. It's not like you can get really too much B12. You're not gonna poison yourself. So that's interesting. It might just be prostasis. that's causing this pain, discomfort. I wouldn't even call it pain. It's just mild discomfort. Well, it looks like I'm gonna have to get up inside of my butt today and work that prostate with something or another. I'll find something that isn't too big that I can fit up there. But having tried to massage it before, I know my finger's not actually long enough to really get up there. So I'll need some kind of like a, very thin dildo. So I can hump my butt all night to cure my prostasis. Prostatasis or whatever it's called. It's gingivitis of the prostate. I'm gonna fuck my butt all night, massaging my prostate. That'll help, probably. I got it. The problem is, I'm not fucking myself in the butt enough. That's basically the problem here. Hold on, doctor. You prescribe treatments that I fuck myself in the ass? Are you sure? You can call that medicine even? No, I'm serious. The problem is, Eric, you're not fucking yourself in the ass enough. When you do it, make sure you get that prostate, okay? Don't just get distracted by fucking yourself in the ass, all right? Okay, doctor. Eric, what are you doing? Doctor's orders, man. He said I need to fuck myself in the ass more often. He even writes it on a prescription pad, which I try to take to the pharmacy, of course. I'm sorry, sir. We can't help you with this. Why is it like violence? No, because it just says fuck yourself in the ass. Like maybe this thing. I don't want to get poop on it, but I could maybe use this. I could take this part off, this bottom part. It's curved, so it goes right up, like onto the prostate. Naturally, I wouldn't shoot a fire out of it. I'd take the propane off. I don't want to do an enema. Oh my god. I don't want to douche my butt. But if I do, I'm going to use Summer's Eve by Massengill. Butt douche. I don't want a butt douche. I'd rather end up with a little poo on my fingers and I'll have to wash it off. I just went poo too. I had a nice big poop, so there shouldn't really be any poop in my butt for a little while anyway. Embracing anal wreckage. The title of my new autobiography. How to prevent Subtitles: How to prevent prostate problems. Some people would see this as an opportunity to mock Eric. I mean, if you want to mock me about my 52-year-old prostate, go right ahead. It's not something I have any power over. Well, apparently I do. I just need to fuck myself in the house more. Winston's mom, who in the world Googles, how do I fuck myself in the ass? It can't be that difficult, okay? Age is just a number. Age is just a prostate, fellow human. You don't think age is just a number until you have to get up every 2 hours to pee. Then you won't think it's a number anymore. You'll think it's a pain in the ass. Age is just a number until you too have to put on glasses to read things on your phone and you constantly lose your glasses. Afterwards, do a shoulder stand. This releases. I am not I've already followed the instructions to fuck myself in the ass. Asking me to do a shoulder stand after that is just adding insult to injury. How do I fuck myself in the ass? You just put something up your ass. How difficult could it be? It's like, how do I eat food? Oh, you have the pee problem too? Okay, well, maybe you should be fucking yourself in the ass more. Have you thought about that? Underneath your groin, the heel pressing into your perineum, sole of the right foot angles to the floor, toes taking the weight. So I have to put my foot on my chode while I fuck myself in the ass? Is that what you're saying? Winston's mom says if I want to properly fuck myself in the ass, I have to first put the heel of my foot on my chode. Fucking oneself in the ass does not need to be that complicated. Okay, Winston's mom? I'm sure it's not that difficult. I need to put the heel of my foot on my chode while I'm fucking myself in the ass in order to do it properly. Well, maybe I'll try it. If I could sleep 4 hours without peeing, I'd have a celebratory party. It every once in a while happens. I'll get 4 full hours of sleep. Yoga therapy to ease prostatitis. Prostatitis. Prostatitis sounds like a Greek philosopher whose philosophy was very prostate centered. The Stoics have it all wrong. Truth can be found in the prostate. All right, well, all this talk about fucking myself in the ass is, I guess made me want to fuck myself in the ass, so I guess I'll go take a shower and see if I can fix this prostatitis. Chronic prostatitis, non-bacterial prostatitis. I don't think I have bacterial prostatitis. Yeah, so I guess I'll go try to address this. And the only way I know how is they don't recommend any treatments or anything. They say, oh, it'll just go away after a while or whatever. All right, I'll give it a yoga. I'm going to give it my yoga best go for it and see if I can yoga my way to better health. I'll check in later maybe and let you know how it went. Okay, I'm sure you'll want to know how it went. So I'm off to what do you call it? Physical therapy. Goodbye, good luck, and have a great day.